Hi and hello. Uh, Yesterday night, I was going through my Twitter feed and I came across some messages. It more seemed like people were making fun of what was happening in Afghanistan, and all these messages seemed more like Indians were making fun of Indians, and also of Afghanistan's. When you read it, you will understand. Some of the messages were like this. It was like, 4 BHK bungalow, 4 bathrooms, one garden, one swimming pool, one open terrace, total area of 2,100 square yards available for sale, just 10,000 rupees. Location North Kabul. Dream project completed. Another Twitter feed went like this: 4 BHK bungalow, 4 bathrooms, one guest room, one open terrace, north facing plot, total plot area 1,200 square meters, available for sale, just 50,000 rupees, near airport, northern Kabul, Afghanistan. Another message went like this: 4 BHK bungalow, 2 bathrooms, one garden, one open terrace, one attached terrace swimming pool. And there were there were many messages like this, and at the end of every message it was like this: all Indians who feel insecure, leave your country. And even some politicians names were attached, asking them to leave. I understood this was basically, um, people were making fun of each other, and at the cost of what was happening in Afghanistan. But actually, this is the exact state of Afghanistan right now. People who earned a living there, people who stored up wealth, moment the crisis hit, everybody has ran out. Literally everybody, most of them has fled the country, leaving all their wealth and riches behind. So when I read this particular Twitter feed, though people have made fun, but actually there is some real truth in it. Real truth in it. All that the Afghans labored. There was a picture that I saw where people were put into an aeroplane like cattle. So people, they earned their living there, they stored up, they saved up, but those banks, those investments that they made, the wealth, the lands that they bought, everything was left behind just to save their lives, and ran away. And when I was reading this, and when I was contemplating on it, I was remembered of what Jesus said in Matthew chapter 6 and verse 19. Matthew chapter 6 and verse 19. He says like this: don't store up treasures here on earth, where moths eat them and rust destroys them, and where thieves break in and steal. In along to moths, rust, and thieves, we can even add up to all these crises. And then Jesus goes on to say, but store up treasures for yourselves in heaven. Store up treasures for yourself in heaven, where neither moth nor rust destroys, and where thieves do not break in and steal. So, literally, one of the things that Christ foretold many centuries ago: whatever that you store up in earth will one day be destroyed. And just like Alexander the Great said, I brought nothing into the world, I take nothing out of the world. We remember the story: Alexander the Great, who captured almost the entire world, was finally killed by a mosquito bite when he died of malaria. When people were carrying his casket, he said, put both my arms outside of the casket, so that people will know that I'm not taking anything back. So our treasures, we are good in treasure seekers. We are treasure seekers. We are good in saving up for our children, saving up for our future. Yes, it is good. We need to save up. We need to invest. All that is there. But at the same time, we should know one thing: all that we store up on earth, all the treasures that we have on earth, we are not going to take it with us. Number one. Number two, that will be destroyed. That will be destroyed, either by a political crisis, or by moths, or by rust, or by thieves, or lost uh, or lost with no namesake at all. Literally lost. So let us think on these lines of what Christ said: do not save up treasures for yourself on earth, but save it up in heaven. And then he goes on to say in verse 21: for where your treasure is, there your heart will be also. Afghans, they would have tried their best in saving up for themselves and their children. But on the day when they boarded the American plane back to Qatar or some European country, somewhere, they would have lost everything. They would have lost everything. And all that they had was life in their hands. Today, we have the life that Christ has given us. Let us invest it properly so that there will not be any loss, but we will gain it 100 times more when Christ comes. May God be with us and may God speak to us in these lines. Stay blessed. Amen.